Constantinople, once the illustrious capital of the Roman and Byzantine empires, is now Istanbul, a vibrant Turkish metropolis uniquely positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, along the strategic Bosphorus Strait. This city's history, stretching back over 2.5 millennia, is a rich tapestry woven from countless civilizations, cultures, and epochs, much of which remains concealed beneath modern layers of urban development and infrastructure. In the early 21st century, Istanbul's rapid population growth, exceeding 17 million residents, and its status as a major economic and cultural hub, necessitated the implementation of a more efficient and integrated transit system to alleviate the severe congestion plaguing its overburdened bridges and ferry network. Responding to this critical need, in 2004, Turkish engineers embarked on an ambitious endeavor to construct a tunnel beneath the Bosphorus Strait that would unite the European and Asian sides of the city through a high-capacity, state-of-the-art railway system. This project, known as the Marmaray, was designed not only to transform daily commutes by dramatically reducing travel times and easing traffic jams, but also to serve as a symbol of Istanbul's modernization and connectivity in the 21st century. However, as excavation proceeded, workers stumbled upon one of the most significant urban archaeological sites ever discovered, unveiling an extraordinary multi-layered historical record that spanned thousands of years. The discovery revealed extensive remains from the city's Byzantine past, including foundations of ancient ports, streets, and neighborhoods, alongside artifacts that provided invaluable insights into the social, economic, and maritime life of Constantinople's inhabitants. To accommodate the city's immense population and over 1 million daily commuters, the Marmaray project aimed to be a marvel of modern engineering, the world's deepest immersed tunnel, situated more than 50 meters below the seabed, engineered to endure the region's complex geology and frequent seismic activity. 11 colossal prefabricated concrete segments, each measuring 135 meters in length and weighing approximately 18,000 tons, were meticulously submerged and aligned beneath the Bosphorus with centimeter-level precision, despite the challenges posed by strong underwater currents and variable seabed conditions, demonstrating extraordinary technical expertise. The entire rail system, with a total length of approximately 76 kilometers when including connecting tunnels and lines, was designed to facilitate the movement of up to 75,000 passengers per hour in each direction, providing a vital artery for Istanbul's sprawling metropolitan area. Advanced tunnel boring machines were employed to simultaneously excavate and line the tunnels, setting new standards in civil engineering and construction technology. Although the project was initially slated for completion in 2010, unforeseen delays arose primarily due to the unprecedented archaeological discoveries that required careful excavation, documentation, and preservation to protect the city's invaluable heritage. The largest excavation area was the Yenikapı site, an expanse equivalent to 10 football fields, yielding over 30,000 animal bones, hundreds of human skeletons, and a vast array of artifacts spanning from the 4th to the 15th centuries, offering unparalleled insights into the lives, customs, and environments of Constantinople's past. Particularly remarkable were the underwater findings, remnants of an ancient jetty, and 37 well-preserved Byzantine shipwrecks dating from the 6th to 11th centuries, whose exceptional state of preservation was due to the oxygen-poor conditions of the seabed that inhibited biological decay and corrosion. These maritime discoveries have significantly enriched our understanding of Byzantine naval architecture, shipbuilding techniques, trade routes, and the economic vitality sustained by the city's bustling waterways. Collectively, these archaeological treasures illuminate the complex trade networks, advanced craftsmanship, and vibrant cultural exchanges that characterized Constantinople across centuries, highlighting its pivotal role as a nexus of commerce and culture between continents. The Marmaray project thus stands not only as a landmark achievement in modern engineering and urban planning, but also as a profound bridge linking Istanbul's illustrious historical legacy with its dynamic present and aspirational future, elegantly intertwining history, technology, and culture beneath the surface of this enduringly magnificent city. The discovery of Constantinople's historic harbor, hidden beneath centuries of sediment and urban development, has sparked a remarkable interdisciplinary effort to uncover, study, and preserve this extraordinary buried treasure that offers a rare glimpse into the ancient world. Located about 70 meters underwater near modern Istanbul, this ancient port was unexpectedly revealed during the construction of a new subway line designed to expand the city's already extensive transit system, a project aimed at improving mobility for millions of residents and visitors alike. The harbor, which played a vital, multifaceted role during the Byzantine era as both a bustling commercial hub and a strategic military installation, first came to light when construction workers uncovered remnants of docks, wooden pilings, and shipwrecks embedded beneath layers of sediment, prompting an immediate halt to work and the mobilization of a team of archaeologists and marine specialists. Their investigations uncovered priceless artifacts, including ceramics, tools, and personal items, alongside well-preserved vessels that had been sealed and protected by the unique anaerobic seabed conditions which prevented decay and biological activity. Excavations have since added over $30 million to the project's budget, a figure that continues to rise as efforts to balance ongoing urban development with the imperative of heritage conservation require careful planning, funding, and coordination among multiple stakeholders. The harbor itself lies just 600 meters from the planned Yenikap transfer station, a key node expected to serve up to 70,000 commuters per hour, underscoring the challenges of integrating modern infrastructure with the preservation of invaluable cultural heritage. Construction activities continue in parallel with the archaeological work, necessitating meticulous collaboration between engineers, historians, conservators, and city planners to ensure that the ancient site is not damaged or lost amidst the pressures of rapid urbanization. Leading this groundbreaking endeavor is Ufuk Kokabas of the University of Istanbul, whose team has managed to uncover the largest regional collection of Byzantine shipwrecks, offering profound insights into the maritime history, shipbuilding technologies, and extensive trade networks of the era. Unlike many underwater archaeological sites that suffer from extensive deterioration, the Yenikap wrecks are remarkably intact thanks to the unique sedimentary environment that has acted as a natural preservative, allowing researchers to study a wide variety of vessels, including 36 identified ships, such as large cargo carriers, nimble military galleys, and smaller coastal boats used for local transport and fishing. The most recent discovery, dubbed Yenikap 37, rests perilously close to the active subway tunnel, posing significant challenges for archaeologists who employ cutting-edge technology, including a remote-controlled helicopter equipped with high-definition cameras to conduct detailed, non-invasive documentation. This particular shipwreck predates a nearby ancient pier, providing valuable chronological context that helps scholars reconstruct the evolution of harbor infrastructure and maritime activity over centuries. The urgency of excavating Yenikap 37 is underscored by the risk of rapid deterioration upon exposure to oxygen, which threatens to accelerate decay processes, making swift and careful intervention essential to preserve this fragile link to the past. Collectively, These finds paint vivid and multifaceted pictures of Constantinople's daily life, commerce, and naval power during its heyday. A city founded in 330 AD by Emperor Constantine the Great, which grew to become a dominant urban and cultural center, bridging Europe and Asia. The harbor, originally constructed under Emperor Theodosius I, served as a critical trade hub and defensive stronghold, facilitating the flow of goods, people, and ideas across the Mediterranean and beyond. Byzantine historian Jonathan Bardal famously describes Constantinople as a dazzling new Rome, adorned with grand architectural achievements such as the Hagia Sophia and the Theodosian walls, which symbolize the empire's wealth, cultural sophistication, and political power. Much of this grandeur now lies buried beneath the layers of modern Istanbul, making the rediscovery of the harbor a profound and tangible connection to a lost world and its rich maritime heritage. The ongoing efforts to document, study, and preserve the site continue to captivate scholars, engineers, policymakers, and the public, promising not only to reshape our understanding of Byzantine civilization's complexity and resilience, but also to enrich Istanbul's identity as a living city where ancient history and contemporary life intersect in compelling ways. For the first time in over a millennium, the modern city is revealing its hidden past within a brief window that demands urgent effort and meticulous planning from a diverse team of experts. The archaeological team races against time, pressured not only by the relentless pace of urban development, but also by the looming deadlines imposed by the authorities overseeing the tunnel construction, which will soon alter the site irreversibly and permanently destroy invaluable historical layers. Initially, archaeologists adhered strictly to daytime work, rejecting night shifts due to the natural challenges posed by darkness, which they considered a significant hindrance to the delicate excavation process, as subtle details might be missed and safety could be compromised. However, after extensive consultations and demonstrations, engineers assured them that advanced lighting technology could provide consistent, shadow-free illumination, enabling safe, effective nighttime work without jeopardizing the integrity of the site. This breakthrough allowed the team to extend their working hours significantly, accelerating progress while maintaining high standards of conservation and documentation. The countdown continues with mounting pressure on both the tunnel construction crews and archaeologists, who are tirelessly uncovering centuries-old history buried beneath layers of sediment, rubble, and modern infrastructure. The discovery of ancient port remains and 37 remarkably preserved shipwrecks offers a rare and invaluable chance to reconstruct a forgotten chapter of the city's history, shedding light on its maritime heritage and economic prowess. Scholars and the public alike wonder, why did such a crucial harbor vanish from collective memory and historical maps for so long? What insights will its careful excavation reveal about the daily lives, trade patterns, and geopolitical significance of the city before the site is ultimately transformed into a subway station and a sprawling shopping mall in the heart of Istanbul? Work proceeds around the clock, unveiling the ancient port of Theodosius, lost beneath earth and urban sprawl for over 8 centuries, its secrets slowly emerging from the depths. The rescue excavation focuses particularly on the port's oldest shipwreck, a wooden vessel submerged for approximately 1,500 years, whose fragile remains require painstaking care. Exposing the ship demands extreme caution. Scientists apply a special chemical spray to moisten the wood continuously, preventing it from drying, cracking, or disintegrating upon contact with air. As the ship's frame gradually emerges, a variety of cargo items come into view, including a small, intricately crafted oil lamp that has sparked debate among historians and archaeologists alike. Was it a personal light belonging to a crew member or part of the trade goods transported on board? Byzantine historians have long sought details about the city's daily life in ancient texts, but these often emphasize imperial events, political machinations, and military campaigns over the mundane realities of commerce and an ordinary people, making archaeological evidence essential for constructing a fuller, more nuanced picture of the past. Most artifacts unearthed date from the 4th to 7th centuries, a period that illustrates a golden age when the port thrived as a vital link connecting continents, facilitating trade, cultural exchange, and imperial power. Researcher Jonathan Bardell collaborated closely with Turkish 3D artist Tayfun Öner to digitally reconstruct Constantinople's ancient landscape using cutting-edge technology, creating virtual models that allow historians and the public to visualize the city as it once was. Before this groundbreaking discovery, their sources were limited to historical books and rare cartographic materials, including an early map depicting the Sea of Marmaray and the port of Theodosius, providing only fragmented and often speculative insight. Constantinople's astonishing growth over the centuries necessitated extensive harbor facilities. Its early ports on the Golden Horn expanded westward, supplemented by additional harbors built by Emperor Julian and later Emperor Theodosius to accommodate increasing maritime traffic. The city's immense power and influence stemmed largely from its monopoly on grain shipments from Alexandria, which were stored in vast granaries and warehouses along the quay, securing not only the city's food supply, but also its economic dominance in the region. This sprawling maritime trade network symbolized the empire's far-reaching influence and control, highlighting the strategic importance of the harbor, now poised to rewrite Byzantine history and deepen our understanding of an era long hidden beneath the layers of time. Much like Istanbul's lively markets, the harbor was a bustling hub where diverse people met daily to trade goods, creating a vibrant commerce and culture tapestry that defined the city's spirit and sustained its economy through centuries of change. Merchants from distant lands brought exotic spices from the Far East, precious metals and intricate jewelry from the Caucasus region, fine textiles woven in Egypt, and beautifully crafted ceramics from across the Mediterranean, fueling a sprawling marketplace, alive with negotiation, cultural exchange, and the clamor of countless languages and dialects. Behind towering stone walls that stood as silent witnesses to the ebb and flow of time, luxury items such as fragrant spices, intricately carved ivory, dazzling jewels, and exquisitely tailored clothing frequently changed hands, though these priceless artifacts often vanished over time, leaving only faint traces and tantalizing glimpses. Yanakapi's uniqueness lies in its extraordinary anaerobic mud and oxygen-free port environment, a rare natural preservative that has safeguarded organic artifacts such as wood, leather, and textiles for over 1,000 years, exemplified by a remarkable 1,500-euro sandal, recently uncovered during meticulous excavations. Conservators painstakingly preserve this fragile item by submerging it in distilled water to gently remove accumulated salts and continuously monitor its delicate condition, ensuring it remains intact for detailed study and eventual public display. Likely worn by a member of the noble class, the sandal offers a tangible link to Constantinople's complex social hierarchy, providing invaluable insights into the fashion, craftsmanship, and status symbols of the time, while igniting curiosity about the identity and life of its original wearer. The port of Theodosius has also yielded a diverse array of personal items, including wooden icons, combs, dice, and a child's toy boat. The final Yanakapi shipwreck has now entered a critical phase of excavation, where Kokabas' dedicated team employs cutting-edge 3D scanning and digital modeling techniques alongside traditional archaeological methods to create precise digital replicas, capturing every minute detail for in-depth studies of Byzantine shipbuilding technology. This painstaking work demands roughly 1 month of excavation to equate to a full year of restoration and digital modeling, underscoring the immense dedication required to preserve the past in a form accessible to scholars and the wider public alike. The comprehensive data gathered will aid in accurately dating the ship, which is likely from the 6th century during Byzantium's Golden Age, a period when the port of Theodosius stood as a thriving hub of commerce and culture, symbolized by a coin bearing the likeness of Emperor Theodosius alongside a stylized boat, testifying to the city's maritime power and extensive trade net. Beyond trade, the harbor also supported a robust fishing industry, evidenced by thousands of fish skeletons, meticulously studied by Professor Verad Onar at Istanbul Veterinary University, who also investigates exotic animals such as elephants and tigers brought in for an imperial entertainment, highlighting the diverse fauna that passed through this bustling. Most of these animals ultimately found their way to the hippodrome, a grand arena hosting chariot races, beast hunts, and elaborate spectacles that reflected the complex and often fraught human-animal relationship in Byzantine society. Over 30,000 bones from 54 different species catalogued by Onar reveal the harsh conditions endured by working animals that supported transportation and entertainment, vividly illustrating the interdependence of economic necessity, culture, and social structure. The harbor was, in many ways, a ruthless marketplace where animals, grain, fish, slaves, and countless other commodities were traded, exposing the stark realities of Byzantine urban life and the intricate intertwining of economy, culture, and social hierarchies. Thanks to the innovative digital artistry of Typhoon Onar, the port of Theodosius has been vividly revived in modern times, allowing contemporary audiences to experience its grandeur, complexity, and the deeply human and animal stories that shape this vital maritime center, ensuring that the harbor's enduring legacy continues to inspire and educate future generations. Constantinople's harbor, once the bustling heart of the city's maritime activity and its largest port, thrived until the 7th century before mysteriously falling silent, puzzling historians who have long sought to understand the abrupt cessation of its vibrant commercial and naval operations. Canadian geologist Nick Iles has uncovered significant aspects of its hidden history by meticulously studying the complex geological layers buried deep beneath Istanbul's ancient harbor area. As construction workers and archaeologists dig tunnels and excavate for modern infrastructure projects, they reveal a rich sequence of sediments that chronicle the city's remarkable 6,000-year development. These layers range from a dark, organic-rich Neolithic mud deposit at the base, indicative of a prehistoric landscape before urbanization, to successive stratified deposits that mark phases of gradual urban expansion, harbor construction, and periods of decline. Over centuries, extensive fill material, comprising soil, rubble, and debris, has been deliberately added by successive generations to push the shoreline outward, effectively burying the original coastline beneath today's dense modern structures and transforming the city's waterfront appearance. In the Anacopi area, detailed sedimentological studies expose a vertical sequence of layers closely tied to distinct historical phases. The basal black Neolithic mud, harbor-related silts and clays linked to Byzantine-era maritime activity in the middle, and more recent 20th century sandy deposits deposited during modern port expansion. A leading and increasingly supported theory for the sudden decline and eventual abandonment of the harbor involves intense seismic activity, an ever-present and unpredictable threat due to Istanbul's precarious position straddling the active North Anatolian Fault, a major tectonic boundary responsible for some of the most powerful earthquakes in the region's history. To mitigate these risks, over 100 sophisticated seismic sensors are now strategically deployed throughout the city, including around key historical landmarks, such as the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia, enabling continuous real-time monitoring of tremors and improving the ability to predict and prepare for future quakes. Residents of Istanbul face the real possibility of a devastating earthquake striking within the next 2 decades, a scenario that has raised urgent concerns about the resilience of critical infrastructure, including bridges, railways, airports, and densely populated neighborhoods. Addressing these complex risks requires coordinated collaboration among geologists, structural engineers, urban planners, emergency response teams, and government agencies, all orchestrated under the guidance of Turkey's National Earthquake Center, to develop comprehensive mitigation strategies and emergency preparedness plans. Historically, the North Anatolian Fault has triggered major earthquakes approximately every 300 years, but the exact timing of these events remains unpredictable, underscoring the ongoing vulnerability of the region. A future major quake near Istanbul could tragically result in 20,000, 30,000 deaths, particularly in vulnerable zones where soft, water-saturated soils amplify seismic shaking, with the historic city center, situated on deep clay basins, being especially at risk. Groundbreaking research conducted by scientists at Istanbul Technical University involves the analysis of seabed cores extracted from the Marmaray Sea, revealing sediment layers that have been disrupted by past seismic events. Notably, 3 distinct sandy layers within these cores correspond to major earthquakes, providing compelling geological evidence that repeated seismic activity over centuries contributed significantly to the gradual decline of the ancient harbor. This multidisciplinary research not only links Istanbul's ancient past with its present seismic risks, but also informs ongoing safety efforts aimed at protecting the city's rich cultural heritage and millions of inhabitants from future earthquakes. By combining geological insights with modern engineering and urban planning, Istanbul is striving to build a safer, more resilient future while honoring its storied history as a crossroads of civilizations. Sediment flows down steep slopes and is preserved in cores, where dark, organic rich layers serve as valuable geological records marking past environmental events, including catastrophic tsunamis that swept vast amounts of organic material from land into the sea, thereby leaving distinct sedimentary signatures that can be analyzed to reconstruct the. At Yanakapi Harbor, geologists discovered a similar tsunami deposit dating back to the 6th century, offering compelling evidence that a massive earthquake centered near Constantinople triggered a powerful tsunami, which inundated the harbor, causing widespread destruction and significantly reshaping the shoreline through the deposition of sediments and debris, altering both the physical landscape and the ecological balance of the region. Archaeologists working at the same stratigraphic level uncovered 5 remarkably well-preserved animal skeletons, including that of a camel with a twisted neck and a horse still wearing its bridle, both of which strongly indicate sudden and violent trauma inflicted by the tsunami wave's force, suggesting these animals were caught off guard and unable to escape the rapid onslaught. This snapshot of sudden devastation suggests the harbor environment was abruptly overwhelmed by the natural disaster, which not only disrupted human activities but also drastically affected the local fauna and flora. However, it remains unclear whether the harbor's destruction was the result of a single large-scale event or a series of smaller, repeated tsunamis or related seismic disturbances, as the geological and archaeological records show complex layers that may correspond to multiple episodes of environmental upheaval. By the end of the 6th century, historical and archaeological evidence shows that the harbor's prosperity had markedly declined, reflecting the cumulative impact of these events, which eroded the economic vitality and strategic importance of the port. Adding to the city's hardships in the early 7th century, Persian invasions severed vital grain supplies from Egypt, precipitating widespread famine that exacerbated social tensions. Simultaneously, a devastating plague swept through Constantinople, drastically reducing the population and severely weakening both the local economy. As a result, important maritime infrastructure, such as Theodosius Harbor, fell into disrepair, receiving less maintenance and experiencing reduced traffic, though the harbor itself continued to operate at a diminished capacity for another 5 centuries, reflecting a slow but persistent decline. The ultimate fate of the port following its golden age remains a subject of scholarly debate, with most later shipwrecks found clustered along the harbor's eastern side, an area notably prone to silting and frequent storms, providing crucial clues about the harbor's gradual decline and the shifting environmental conditions that challenged its functionality. Over nearly 5 years, archaeologists have meticulously excavated Constantinople's lost harbor and its 37 shipwrecks, uncovering extensive material culture that illuminates Byzantine shipbuilding techniques, trade networks, and daily maritime life from approximately 1500 years ago, offering a rare glimpse into the complexity and sophistication of the ancient maritime economy. Among these finds, the vessel designated Wyke 37 is currently undergoing a painstaking process of indoor preservation, involving careful desalination, followed by treatment with polyethylene glycol to stabilize and protect its fragile wooden timbers from decay once exposed to air, ensuring that this invaluable artifact can be studied and displayed for future generations. These ships serve as time capsules, revealing intricate details about the construction methods, cargo types, and even the personal belongings of their crews, which provide insights into the social and economic conditions of the Byzantine period. For example, the ship Y-12 was found with its cargo remarkably intact, including the captain's personal effects and a significant quantity of cherry stones, which ripened during the local May-June season known for violent storms called kakak. These storms likely played a role in the ship's sinking by creating treacherous sea conditions. The presence of an untouched, well-preserved cargo strongly indicates rapid burial by silt and sediment deposited during a sudden natural disaster, effectively trapping the vessel and preserving an extraordinary snapshot of maritime life frozen in time and providing invaluable insights into the economic and environmental conditions of the Byzantine era, enhancing our understanding of how ancient communities adapted. Scientists now believe that the YK-12 ship sank in the 10th century, along with most other vessels from this era that also succumbed to the powerful storms that frequently battered the region. By this time, half of the harbor had already been abandoned due to gradual silting, which explains why shipwrecks from this period are primarily found on the eastern side of the harbor, where the water was deeper and navigation more challenging. Jonathan Bardell and the owner of Typhoon are nearing completion in their meticulous effort to digitally recreate the port of Theodosius, a project that combines archaeological evidence, historical records, and modern technology. At the Museum of Archaeology in Istanbul, they closely examine a rare and significant historical illustration that depicts the harbor's walls in extraordinary detail, providing Typhoon with invaluable information about the original appearance of the exterior fortifications. This illustration, which vividly captures the very eastern and western ends of the seawalls, is remarkably picturesque and represents the port as it appeared in the late 19th century, before the construction of the coastal road and the subsequent destruction of much of the original walls. It stands as a unique historical record, offering an exceptionally close glimpse into the port's original Byzantine state, complete with textures and structural details that bring the scene to life. The rich textures and intricate lines of the illustration enhance the digital reconstruction, allowing the harbor to be virtually resurrected and enabling viewers to travel back in time to its golden age when Constantinople was a thriving maritime hub. Remarkably, a portion of the ancient seawall still exists today, although it is bisected by a modern 6-lane highway, and with a simple click, the harbor walls can be digitally restored to their former grandeur, revealing the breathtaking view that ancient sailors would have witnessed after enduring weeks or even months at sea, finally arriving at the bustling port of Constantinople. Researchers now widely agree that no single catastrophic event destroyed the port of Theodosius. Rather, centuries of cumulative damage from earthquakes, tsunamis, plagues, and crusader invasions gradually eroded its infrastructure and significance. By the 1400s, the harbor had completely silted up, forcing abandonment and the gradual encroachment of vegetation and urban development. Our final glimpse of this once great landmark is preserved in a 15th century map by the Venetian cartographer Giovanni Andrea Barbassou, which depicts the port fully enclosed by walls with trees growing inside, clearly indicating its disuse and transformation into a forgotten relic. It has taken archaeologists over 6 years of continuous excavation to painstakingly unearth the secrets of Yanakapi, the ancient harbor site before Constantinople's historic waterfront vanishes entirely beneath Istanbul's sprawling modern cityscape. With the last shipwreck now safely raised and conserved, archaeologist Hussein Belkaya expresses hope that the subway tunnel construction schedule can resume as planned. He acknowledges that archaeological discoveries often cause delays that inconvenience Istanbul's residents, but as a lifelong citizen himself, he feels a deep pride and excitement about these findings, which are fundamentally rewriting the history of the city and enriching our understanding of its past. The construction of the tunnel beneath the Bosphorus should be viewed not as an obstacle, but as just another chapter in the harbor's long and layered history, a continuation of the site's story. This new phase of discovery has provided an invaluable opportunity to learn extensively about daily life, trade, and maritime activity in one of Constantinople's busiest and most significant districts, offering fresh insights into the social, economic, and cultural dynamics of the Byzantine capital.